You denied me that chance. Now my future is gone. Nothing but wind-blown ashes and wasted potential.
How to save Lae'zel in Act 2 from getting consumed by the Shadow Curse, and recruit her later after Kithric Thom is defeated.
Good. You've come to your senses.
I've been lied to my whole life.
The mysterious Sharon Curse of permanent amnesia inflicted upon Shadowheart.
Be grateful I don't rid myself of it with a blade.
And many more in this video.
Cutting to the chase.
I need some help!
To avoid any sort of interaction with him, I wasn't left with any other choice than to have his body stowed in the camp chest. You can smuggle him right into Act 3, and the result is quite interesting and
Good luck.
hilarious. You can revive him right under Cazador's nose.
Very well.
I died? They killed me!
Deny Cazador's claim over Astarion's body with a counterspell. See him becoming part of the ritual while talking to him.
So, did you learn anything about these worms while wandering the ship? Of course it'll turn me into a monster.
Or the most interesting of them all, revive him while fighting the Netherbrain.
Where do I go from here?
When Tav initiated the conversation, he started by introducing himself.
What's the best way to put this? A vampire? Well, we've made it this far without anyone sinking their teeth into anyone else. But you can trust me. Of course you can. We're a team. Exactly. I knew I could rely on you, just like you can rely on me. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
I'll give it a shot.
I pulled him out of the portal. He then introduced himself in a cheerful manner.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies.
Then, he got wrecked and was put inside the camp chest just beside Astarion.
Rest assured that I do not speak out of self-preservation alone. Many lives depend on my return to the living within the span of 2 days.
Got him out in the early Act 3, and he was thankful for it.
Ah, my saviour. I'll be in quite a bind if not for your valiant tugging. Exploration merits companionship, though. Shall we?
It's safe to say he's not hungry for any magical artifact anymore. The interesting thing about Gale in here is, although the one-time use of the catnip, detonate Netherresorb, is not visible on Gale anymore, Tav can still persuade him to use it before climbing the Netherbrain.
Up you go then, Gale. Let's make this count. Whole world's watching.
I tried my best to lift her up and place her in the camp chest beside Astarion and Gale, but although her weight showed only 90 kg, she proved to be much heavier than the gross weight depicted. It's probably because the metal heart and the various nuts and bolts inside of her makes her more heavier than mentioned. So, I asked her to join my camp.
That's the stuff.
I didn't give her any infernal metals for her heart, and it seems whether you help her out or not, you still can save her in the end by going with her to Avernus. When you enter the Shadowlands for the first time, the player is forced into a cutscene and is greeted by a goblin.
Are you the true soul?
While we are in the cutscene, somewhere around 100 feet away, Lae'zel is under the influence of Shadow Curse in real time.
Stay out of the dark and move fast.
So, to save her from dying, the easiest way would be to skip the cutscene and make a quick dash towards Lae'zel.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
After getting your party together, you might want to throw a burning torch near her. It will keep her safe from the Shadow Curse.
Ketheric may be gone, but the shadows remain. On our guard.
After defeating Ketheric Thorm, I thought of paying a visit to Lae'zel. And there she was, in all her magnificent glory.
Good. You've come to your senses. Come to the creche. Let us be cleansed of our tadpoles. The party's full. You'll need to make room. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
And one may ask about the reason for her resistance against Netherbrain orders to march upon the Baldur's Gate. I think the answer lies within the lore of Dungeons and Dragons. It seems the Githyankis have developed a resistance to Mind Flayer and Elderbrain's psionic attacks, and orders alike, after their long enslavement. Upon reaching the outskirts of the Baldur's Gate, my Tav had an interesting conversation with Lae'zel.
100,000 daggers pierce your brain as Lae'zel's anger rises.
Its lies ring so loudly, I hear them screeching from your head to mine.
In a way, you can make up for all the lost conversations with her.
Because you were reckless and impolitic. Vlaakith gave you but one task, and you failed.
Silence follows, as loud as thunder, as heavy as lead.
I will prove to the Undying Regent that my faith is steadier than even the throne of skulls that she sits upon.
After we traveled to the Basilisk Gate, I rented a large room above the Elf Song Tavern.
Top floor's all yours. If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well, don't sleep above a pub.
This is where Vlaakith showed herself by means of astral projection and asked Lae'zel to prove her loyalty.
Vlaakith, my queen.
Return to the astral prison. Slay Orpheus the Pretender. Serve me, and I will ascend you.
It took a lot of effort to pass the dice roll check in order to persuade Lae'zel to see the true nature of her Lich Queen.
She has good reason, surely. Vlaakith is my faith, my very purpose.
Lae'zel's mind reels with images of Vlaakith, the prism and the Githyanki prince inside it.
I gave you my faith, and you called me traitor. I gave you my life, and you ordered your knights to hunt me. I have witnessed too much, and you have given me too little. Finally, I can see. Orpheus will live, and I will hear his creed. This is my word. Shma Zala Orpheus, Ma Stilna Fortune in Yeri.
It was very satisfying to see her war cry and purpose of life change for the better. If Tav completes the investigation of the Shadowfell and deals with Nightsong on her own without Shadowheart in the party, a cutscene follows after exiting the area.
You finally showed yourself. I thought you might try and avoid me. I had a choice to make. In the heart of Lady Shah's domain.
But I didn't get this cutscene because I had her body stored in the camp just before going to the Shadowfell. The purpose was a very simple one. Free Nightsong without Shadowheart and see if she remained in the camp as a potential companion. I never returned back even after getting Kethri Thorn, then made my way for the Baldur's Gate. By that, I mean literally clicking on the make way to Baldur's Gate.
You finally showed yourself. I thought you might try and avoid me. I had a choice to make. In the heart of Lady Shah's domain. But you denied me that chance. Now my future is gone. Nothing but wind-blown ashes and wasted potential. I can no longer suffer your company. Be grateful I don't rid myself of it with a blade. There is no we. Not anymore. You would be wise to forget me. I can only hope I one day forget you. What the? It's gone. The artifact. What have you done with it?
Your mind briefly swaps with hers. You both wince in discomfort as you recognize you share the same infection.
Thank you. Though you shouldn't have had it to begin with. We've got the same problem after all. Let's try to find a solution together, before it's too late. Wonderful. I was beginning to feel a little left out.
Shadowheart now has a recurring amnesia and isolates herself from your party every morning, no matter how great adventures you had the previous day.
Some company wouldn't hurt on the road.
And not only that, her current questline is stuck at help Shadowheart finally become a Dark Justiciar. Now, if you love Shadowheart and want to keep her from running away permanently, prepare to follow one single golden rule for the rest of your playthrough. Don't forget to recruit her again after taking a long rest. This is extremely important.
You're not the kind of company I'd keep willingly, but all things considered, you'll do.
Right now, her mind is on a countdown timer, and if she's left alone for a whole day, her memories will return and she will blame you and leave the party forever.
You finally showed yourself. I thought you might try and avoid me.
I had to reload the save file to the point where we had just reached the outskirts of the Baldur's Gate. Shadowheart's present condition was a mess, and it was high time I accepted my role in Shadowheart's mental state.
I can only hope I one day forget you. It's almost too much to take in.
Hoping to cure Shadowheart's amnesia, we bought some spells and made our way to the House of Grief. I let Shadowheart attend to Lady Viconia.
Enough. I don't answer to you. Not anymore.
Viconia asked me to hand over Shadowheart to her, and then only she would pledge her help during the last fight.
You there! Surrender this one to me now, and you can consider Lady Shah's forces your allies in the battles to come.
Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever.
It seems Will has other places to visit if you completely ignored him, just like other characters. Even if you recruit Karlach and then immediately take a long rest, Will does not show up at the camp. I'm afraid to think what Mizora might have done with the Blade of Frontiers. This is a tragedy. I've tried my best to keep the video short. I do read all of your comments and learn so much from it. I feel blessed and humbled by the Baldur's Gate 3 community. Thank you for watching, and
don't forget to like and subscribe. Whatever that means.